I found a plunger at the dollar store and had a great idea for some winter decor. I found this wood round in my stash and I'd like to put it over the hole that the pole came out of, but it's a little tight, so I'm going to use some scissors to trim off some of the excess rubber. Now that the wood piece can go over the rubber, I want to paint everything a pale blue color and then let the paint completely dry. I'll only need to put on one coat of the blue paint. With the blue paint dry, I want to cover it now with some silver metallic paint. I did the blue first so that none of the original colors show through the silver. It's time to attach the pieces together, and I'm going to start with the little small wood piece. I'm using some E6000 on the rubber and then some hot glue inside of the wood piece. With these pieces attached, I want to secure the handle to the wood piece. I'm going to place it quite far down, so I'm going to use a container of paint to hold it in place while the glue's drying. I found this pretty electric candle that has a vintage look to it, so I'm going to use the E6000 to attach the end of the candle to the end of the wood handle. I want to add a cute little bow now, and I'm going to add some of the sparkly silver ribbon to it as well. I'm going to attach the bow with some hot glue to keep everything in place. I love how pretty this sconce looks in my hallway, and it makes it feel so cozy on dark winter nights.
Grab 2 bamboo cutting boards from the Dollar Tree. Grab 4 glass jars. Grab 2 napkin holders. Add some strong adhesive glue to the 2 metal bars on the bottom of the napkin holder and adhere it to the center of the bamboo cutting board. And follow this exact process on another cutting board. Then add some more strong adhesive glue and then adhere the glass jars on each side. Allow everything to set and dry overnight and add some wall adhesive strips to the back of the cutting board. And add a battery operated candle, and I hope this inspires you to use materials from the Dollar Tree to create some modern faux sconce lighting for your wall.
No power, no problem. Introducing the best entry-level essential home backup. Designed to power your living room for up to 2 days, Jackery delivers reliable electricity during any outage, so your home stays comfortable and connected. Big power, bigger capacity. With 2,042 watt-hours and 2,200 watts of output, Jackery powers your essential appliances for more than 2 days during outages. This Prime Big Deal Days get the lowest prices of 2025, up to 65% off. Say goodbye to worrying about battery life. Jackery's LFP battery lasts over 10 years and 4,000 cycles, ready for daily use or emergencies. Reliable power whenever you need it. UPS Seamless Switch keeps your Wi-Fi and laptops running. No flicker, no reboot, even during a power outage. Meet the powerhouse you can actually carry. 40% smaller, 34% lighter. Built tough, it keeps powering your essentials whether you're camping in damp conditions, near water, or out in dusty terrain. With the Smart app, you're in control. Check power levels, adjust settings, and stay prepared with just a tap. I love that its whisper quiet operation won't disturb my sleep, work, or family movie night. Jackery Explorer 2000 comes with a 5-year warranty, so you never have to stress about after-sales issues and can enjoy reliable power for years. Keep your home running smoothly and shop the Jackery 2000 V2 using our link.
I bought a set of bamboo plates and little lights on Amazon, and I'm going to make something really cool for my bedroom. I purchased these bamboo plates that have a fluted, almost flower look to them. They're nice and sturdy, and they come in these pretty pastel colors. I also purchased these LED bulb lights. These are controlled by a remote, and they change colors. So I want to change up the color a little bit. I'm using 2 different types of spray paint. The first is a copper colored metallic paint, and then I'm going to go over the top with a little bit of gold just to add a speckle. This is going to match the decor in my room, but these plates absorb spray paint really well, so you could leave them in that pastel color or paint them whatever color you want. Let's take a look at these lights and how they work. They are just a nice bulb on the top, but they have a flat bottom and this piece that opens. When you first take it out of the package, you want to unscrew this piece and turn the light on. There's a little button on the inside there. Once you've turned it on, you can screw that piece back into the light fixture. Now it can be controlled with this remote. You have a full range of color, kind of flashing strobe lights, and you can control the brightness as well. Now we're going to attach the light to the plate. To do this, I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive mounting strips. These are going to go along the outside of the light, making sure that I can still access that cap where the light is in case I need to get in there. Then I'm just going to stick the light bulb to the center of the plate. To hang this on the wall, I'm going to use one of my favorite products. These are picture hanging strips from Command. They are really strong Velcro and they work really well for lightweight items like this. So I'm just going to apply one big one to the back and hang it up on my wall. Now from here, this is going to give me some nice ambient light on my bedside. Again, I can use that white light or I can make it flash and do something fun with the colors. That's it. This was a really easy project to make these gorgeous light fixtures that are really lightweight, easy to use, and add a ton of style to my bedroom. I also made a set for my daughter's room and kept the pink plates, and she loves having the flashing colors in her room. All right, so to start this project, we're gonna take 2 of these decorative mirrors that I got from Dollar Tree and found these 2 hexagon frames from Dollar Tree. And we are going to be using some Rust-Oleum metallic spray paint in gold, and we are going to be spray painting these. So we're gonna first disassemble and we're gonna spray paint. So for this step, I took my project to the garage and I had to make sure my spray paint was shaken up quite a bit before I did a test spray to make sure that it was coming out. And then I'm doing light coats of my gold metallic spray paint across the surface of these hexagon frames, and then allowing for about 15 minutes of dry time between coats. And I did about 2.5 coats on this project and let it dry for plenty of time before we moved on to the next step. All right, so now that both of my hexagons have been painted and they are dry, we are going to start with this one. And all we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be gluing this decorative mirror to this frame. So I wanna position it in a way that I like. I'm gonna kind of connect these 2 points on the edge of the hexagon. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue and I'm gonna just make sure it's lined up. And we're gonna let that dry. I'm probably gonna add a couple more bits of hot glue once this dries a little bit more. We'll let that sit for a second. And I'm using Gorilla Glue sticks for this one, so. All right, so now that we are all dry and the mirror is secured to the frame, we're gonna take some LED puck lights, and you can get them on Amazon. This is the back of the box. This is the brand I got. And they take AA batteries and they come with a remote. So you can turn them on, off, you can change the color. You can even set a timer if you'd like. And what we're gonna do is they come with these little sheets of adhesive and you put it on the back of the lights. I'm gonna turn those off. And then what we're gonna do is once this is secure, you can peel off this side. And we are going to secure it to the back here. All right, and now we are gonna go hang these up. So let's go see how they look. Here's the finished product. Now I wanted to make sure you could see how this project turned out, not only as decor, but as really cool outdoor wall sconces. So I wanted to make sure you saw it at different parts of the evening. So you'll see we're a little darker here, and I love that I actually can control this with a remote. So I can change the colors, I can set a timer, it makes it really easy to control, and it's really complementing my outdoor patio space beautifully.
You're not going to believe what I made with this plunger and funnel. I removed the wood stick from the plunger and flipped the rubber end inside out. I drew a circle on the top using a sour cream container for a guide. I cut out the circle and trimmed the edges. I placed it on top of newspaper and spray painted it with Rust-Oleum black spray paint. While that was drying, I cut and sanded 1x6 wood planks. I attached the painted rubber plunger piece to the barnwood with 4 black screws. Next, I cut the wood plunger handle and I screwed it into the plunger part. I attached the funnel to the wood plunger handle with another black screw. I used hot glue and attached a battery-operated puck light, and now I have a rustic farmhouse wall sconce for my front entrance for a fraction of the cost of buying new.
For this project, I headed to my local Dollar Tree and I scooped up one of their wired napkin holders. As well, in the kitchen section, I found these cool leather placemats. And then I also scooped up one of these rectangular gold wire baskets. So I began by placing my wire basket over top of the wired napkin holder. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut off the rim around the wire basket, and this just makes it easier to move the wires. I'm also going to take the wires at the end, one end, and I'm going to cut those off. Then I'm going to go around and I'm going to continue cutting off the rim, like I said, so that this wire basket is more pliable and I can actually shape it and mold it around my wire napkin holder. Once I have it all shaped out, I'm then going to come in and take some plastic zip ties and I'm going to attach the napkin holder directly in the middle using the zip ties. And I'm going to pull them really tight, and this is going to form the wired basket onto the napkin holder to create the shape. So I'm going to attach it in 4 areas on each side of the napkin holder, pulling them really tight and then cutting off the ends of the zip ties. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a battery operated flashlight. This flashlight has 2 functions, so a side light and a top light, and I'm going to use zip ties to attach it to the napkin holder. Then I'm going to take my leather placemat and placing it on the front of the wire basket, I'm going to wrap it around to the back. This placemat is the perfect size and meets perfectly at the back. I'm going to take some zip ties to secure it, working the zip ties through the holes and then pulling them nice and tight. Once I have 4 zip ties in place, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some scissors to cut off the excess of the zip ties so they're not sticking out. And then my wall sconce is completed. To hang my wall sconce on my wall, it's very light, so I'm just going to use a little bit of 3M command strip picture hanging strips. So these are super easy to use. They're just Velcro and you just stick them together, and then there's a sticky side on each. So you can stick one side to the wall sconce and then one side to your wall. All you need to do is simply follow the hanging instructions on the back of the package and you can hang up the wall sconce. I designed this wall sconce for this area by my front door. It's a darker area and needed a little light, and I was so happy that I was able to do this with just a few Dollar Tree supplies. It didn't cost me very much at all, and now I have a beautiful light that I can use here by my side door, and it just fills this space perfectly.
Let's head down to our local hardware store and grab a 3-inch pipe that's 2 foot long. What I need to do is cut this in half. Easy to do since it's 2 foot long. We're just going to make a mark at the 12-inch line. I can use any type of saw, skill saw or anything like that. I have a Sawzall and it works great. Just cuts right through. Now the ends of these might be a little rough from the cut. Just take a little bit of 80 grit sandpaper, rub it all the way around, and it'll smooth it right out. Now we're going to need 3 different sizes of drill bits, large, medium, and small. Start with the small drill bit. We are going to go randomly around the pipe and drill holes. You will see from here what kind of pattern you're looking for. And that pattern is no pattern. Pattern is bad, random is good. We're just going to go all up and down drilling holes. Don't cross the halfway mark though. Once you get a good amount of holes in there, it's time we're going to switch over to the medium drill bit. Starting in the middle, with the medium drill bit, we're going to go ahead and drill out the holes a little larger. It's easier to do because we've already drilled it with the smaller drill bit. Switch to the largest and drill out a few of the small holes on the bottom. So as you can see, as we start to paint, we got small, medium, and large. Now with the paint, it covers pretty good. You want to go small little bursts. If it takes 2 or 3 coats, that's better because then you won't get too many runs with the paint. Once you get it all covered up, it's going to look really good. Make sure you get the inside too. Let's let that dry, and now I grab some little Jenga pieces from the dollar store. Go ahead and get some wood glue and put it on the bottom. Use this scrap piece of wood that I have, and I'm going to glue these down. Now, these scrap pieces of wood are a little bit longer than the pipe, and it's going to do great as a spacer. Once we get it all glued up, I'm going to take some black spray paint and paint this wood. I'm only going to go, though, with one coat because I want the grain of the wood to kind of come through a little bit. When it dries up, you'll see that it doesn't give it a complete coverage. My only problem, though, is the solar lights that I'm going to use. They're actually a little bit too small, but I've got a solution. Take some hot glue, and again, I got some rope from the dollar store. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on the inside of the pipe at the top. Now, just keep wrapping that string all the way around, and it's going to glue in there great. That's going to be our little barrier that's going to hold our light in. As you can see, it holds firm. All we have to do is drop the light in, and look at that. It fits perfect, and it's flush with the top. Now it's time to take that board we painted, turn it around, and we're just going to put a mounting hook on the back. Just one simple one will work since it's lightweight. Now, once everything is dry, we're going to take some hot glue, put a good amount on both of those little Jenga pieces that are sticking up. We're going to take our pipe, center it, and go ahead and push it down firmly. It's going to hold up really nice. This is not going to be a problem. Now with the solar lights, you click the button and watch this. When it's dark, the light comes on, as you can see from this example. Mount the light, drop in the solar light, and it looks great just sitting on the wall. But when night comes, look at that light up. Just amazing how the light goes down the wall, and it also shines through the holes. It does a great job welcoming our guests and family as they arrive at our house late at night. I love how these solar lights turned out, and I hope it inspires you to build your own DIY pipe solar lights. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll see you next time.